Back in part two, we talked about why crime happens in Rundberg. For the final part of our series exploring safety in Rundberg, let's break down what residents say they need. Hi, I'm Jackie with Decibel, a community journalism project from Austin PBS whose story started and with community feedback. This is part three. How do you make this area safer, and what do residents say they need? There's a few bright ideas when it comes to reducing crime. Literally. Officer Espinosa, the police officer we talked to in the last video, has said one way is called crime prevention through environmental design. This is the idea that more lighting, removing overgrown shrubs, and better sidewalks in a neighborhood can help reduce crime. APD has worked with Austin Energy to replace halogen lights at Northgate Boulevard with brighter LED lights.
So they feel safe. That's a huge thing.
Abel Lopez, the longtime resident we spoke to before, said that the lack of these things is something the community notices.
When kids are getting off the buses, they're having to walk on ditches. And we're sitting there like, when is it gonna be us?
Adding more sidewalks is something the city is working on as part of their strategic mobility plan, which aims to finish missing sections in high priority areas like Rundberg by 2033. Improving sidewalks and lighting has been shown to bring down crimes like aggravated assault and burglary by more than a third, and having green spaces like parks and greenbelts can also reduce crime. The other method is through community groups, like the ones ABLE works for. Joe to Jobs, which tries to help formerly incarcerated people find work and housing to prevent recidivism, and ATX Peace, which tries to help prevent gun violence.
We had individuals say, man, like, I was about to rob that store because I'm starving. Our goal is to do the prevention piece before it actually happens.
Community groups and APD have teamed up to reduce crime in Rundberg before, and they've had some success. In fact, in 2015, there was a pilot program called Restore Rundberg. It was funded by an Obama-era Department of Justice grant, and it increased foot patrols in the area and kickstarted new community groups. Reports by UT Austin found that violent crime dropped 5% and property crimes fell 14%. But in 2017, the funding ran out and the program stopped. Crime levels returned to their pre-2015 levels. Now, federal cuts from the Trump administration are slashing into funding for programs like ABLE's. They've had to reduce their client service budget 50 to 75%. So improvement takes investment, and that can be a challenge. A, for the cities.
And this is what public officials have to deal with. I haven't come across a city that's, overflowing with funds.
And B, the people impacted by faltering funds.
The hard thing is when we see all these, some funding coming in and it's gone. Funding coming in, grant coming in and it's gone. There's just more distrust.
So is Rundberg safe? People will tell you, by far and large, yeah. But aside from the data and the reputation, Rundberg is someone's home.
I have a 5-year-old daughter, and sometimes she still hears, to her they're fireworks. And it's like, when is it gonna stop, man?